Hey guys, SoCal here. Just want to do a quick video. Well, it may not be quick. Might be a little lengthy. I'm not sure, really. It depends on how far I start yammering, but getting a lot of questions on reloading and my setup. I guess one of my videos is getting a lot more views than normal, and I'm getting a lot of questions about just reloading in general. I have myself a little list here of 4 or 5 primary questions. First thing I'd like to say is, guys, I don't smoke anymore. Quit putting crap on my videos. You shouldn't smoke. I'm kind of tired of it. If you're going to make comments, at least know who you're commenting to. That said, let's get on with it. First comment that I get a lot of is what? Cheers, by the way. Little Heineken sauce. What machine do I recommend? Well, the video that I think a lot of these are coming from is when I owned my 650. I had a Dillon 650 in the past and have since sold it and purchased another 1050. Which kind of leads me to, that this is my feeling. This machine's best for me. I run 2 1050s because well, as you may know, there's 2 different size primers when you do reloading, and I have one set up for large primers. So I do my 308 and my 45 cal on one machine, and I can do my 223 and 9mm on another machine. Works out nicely. It's not mandatory you have that. I mean, either machine can be set up so you can swap the parts out. It's a little more inconvenient to do on the 1050 than it is a complete change, primer and all, on a 650 for certain. So keep that in mind. I'll also say that doing the caliber change takes a lot longer on the 1050 as well. The 1050 was kind of set up to kind of be a one-trick pony and make a whole bunch of bullets. But the way I have it set up here, really the only thing I need to change out is the tool head, which I have a few of in one of these 2 cabinets. I keep 4 tool heads set up, ready to go. Yeah, there's my 223 tool head in there, and then my other tool head for 308 is in there as well. And yeah. So anyway, which would I recommend? It really depends on what you're using it for and how far you're willing to go when you need to set up a new caliber. It's really relative on what you are capable of or what you want to try to do. So what I recommend is whatever's best for you. I'll tell you why I chose the 1050 over the 650. It's a little more robust machine. It's more solid. It also has a feature here. If you are reloading NATO brass or brass with different size primers, like these, for instance, these 45, the bonus is when you crank down on this handle, you'll see this guy right here. This is the swaging rod. Now on some 223 brass, pardon that noise, see how that comes up like that? Let me lower this so the alarm goes off. That's going to swage the flash hole. 45 doesn't necessarily require that. But what it does tell me is some 45, let me backtrack here. Some 45 has small flash holes in them, and sometimes I miss them when I'm sorting my brass. So when I'm running a load of 45 and I hit station number 2, pull the handle back, that swaging rod comes up and can't make its way into a small flash hole, that tells me that there's something wrong. And I can find that small flash hole instead of trying to stuff a primer that wasn't intended to fit in there into it. I've done that, and it was worth one pair of underwear. It scared the hell out of me. It scared the shit out of me specifically. It was loud. So that's one reason. Another reason is that same deal, swaging with the 223. 223 brass right here. See if I don't have any. Oh, here's one that's deprimed now. Well, anyway, with the 223, you especially if it's NATO, that one's not. I can find one. Here's a NATO one. They crimp the primer into the case. I don't know if you can be able to tell, but the primer's in there, and you have to get that crimp out after you deprime the case. And that's the beauty of this swaging rod. It pulls that crimp out, so you can easily put the primer right back in. Basically, you're just resizing the flash hole. So the 650 doesn't offer that. You'll have to do it independently, which is kind of a hassle. But for me, you know, it's convenient. If you're willing to pay for the convenience or not, it's really up to you. So those are the two main reasons why I chose the 650, or pardon me, the 1050 over the 650. The only reason I have two of them is because, like I said earlier, large primer, small primer. It saves me a little bit of time. And there you go. Another question, well, that kind of goes into the other question that I get a lot, is what are the difference between the 650 and the 1050? Again, I will say that the 1050 is more of an industrial machine than the 650 is more kind of bent for the hobbyist or the avid shooter. The 1050 is an industrial bullet making machine. It's meant to be run 24/7, 365, where the 650 is more of a kind of a once a month or once a week. The 1050 doesn't have the warranty, believe it or not, that the 650 does. 650 comes with a Dillon, quote-unquote, no bullshit warranty that's lifetime of the machine. It's transferable as well. These machines, it's only 1 year. I don't see how you could break anything on this machine, though. It's bulletproof. Oh well. Next question, which one do I prefer? Actually, it depends on what we're talking about. Resetting up the calibers, I'm going to go with the 650 all day long. 650 is way easier to set up than the 1050. 1050 is a little more robust. It stays, quote-unquote, in tune much better than the 650 does. 650 takes a little more babysitting, a little more attention to detail, where these are pretty much set and forget. They're industrial. I mean, always you should be, looking at your dies, making sure they're tight. You don't want the diameters of anything changing, or the geometry really is what I meant. As long as the lock rings are tight, though, this thing is just sturdy. 650, I've noticed there's a lot more play and slop. So that's just, that might be intentional. I don't know. Another comment I noticed that I kind of thought was rather ignorant, maybe arrogant, and I'm not going to say who said it, but I've gotten more than one comment to the effect that anybody that's starting out reloading shouldn't use a press like these. And I'm going to call bullshit on that. I think it's really relative on your capacity to learn and your willingness to experiment. Obviously, you're playing with fire and gunpowder, and you need to be careful and all, but to say that you can't learn or shouldn't learn on something like this is that's kind of like somebody telling you have to learn to drive a car using a VW, that driving your mom's Cadillac is too much vehicle for you. I think that's kind of crappy. It's not accurate at all. I'll just leave that at that. It's all up to the potential of the user. You know, if you are barely intelligent enough to fog up a mirror, then perhaps you should go with a single stage loader and work yourself into a progressive. But you know, if you can handle it, just go for it. You'll only learn more and faster. So that's my thought on that. And let's see here. Do that again. I also want to say thank you to all the people that I learned from. Cheers again. In no particular order, AZPapaLes, OBX Soul Wind, Lowbuck Prepper. Those guys really helped me out in the beginning. I think the guy who really got me started though on this was Yankee Prepper. His setup, I was like, damn, that's cool. The way he's got it set up on like a thing of drawers, and he was cranking out 9mm one day. I thought that was the coolest damn thing on the planet, and had to get me one too. So here I am. Who else helped? Buck Run 11. I don't know. I'll put all the guys down in the description box. You should all go check them out. AZPapaLes especially has a great series on reloading, and I should check that out for certain. It's like a 20-part series on reloading, all the different intricacies and whatnot. All I can say is if you're going to do reloading, make sure you have a good, well-lit, you know, I installed all these lights actually after the fact, but I have track lighting. A whole ton of watts of light shining at my reloader. I redid my entire workbench here about 6 months after I started reloading. Put a nice, much bigger cabinet in here. I put in all... Actually, I got those cabinets up there from a company that went out of business. They said, take them away, you can have them. So I took them. And I guess the only last thing you really need, as long as you know what you're doing, get yourself a television out there too, because cranking the handle sometimes gets a little monotonous. So make sure you have a little entertainment. But I don't know. If you guys have any other questions, hopefully this kind of sums it up. I can't tell you what machine to buy. It's really up to your budget and your capabilities, as well as really what you want to do with your reloading. I would say that fewer calibers you do, you're better off spending more money on the machine because you'll be able to bang them out faster. That said, it's really all up to you. So I'd be happy to answer any other questions if I hadn't hit anything that... or missed something. Other than that, right on. Take it easy, guys. Hope this helps. Take care.